Good day, it's Jim Turner, CPA, Certified Valuation Analyst, the BizVal guy. Today's title is Why Does SDE Get Worse the Smaller the Business? In a prior video, I explained how SDE can overvalue a business. But here's something most people don't realize. SDE is often less accurate the smaller the business is. And ironically, it becomes more reasonable as the business gets larger. That's the opposite of what most people think. Let me explain. SDE takes profit and adds back the owner's compensation. So it treats the owner's salary as if it were profit. That creates a problem because the smaller the business, the more dependent it is on the owner. In very small businesses, the owner is the business. They generate the revenue, manage the operations, and drive profitability. So when you add back their full compensation, you are essentially valuing their job as if it were an investment. And that's where the distortion begins to happen. Now let's flip it. As businesses get larger, they become less dependent on any one person. They have systems in place. They often have several employees or more. They have other managers. So the owner's compensation becomes a smaller percentage of total cash flow, which means adding it back does less damage to the valuation. Here's a simple way to think about it. If a business earns $100,000 and the owner makes about $80,000, SDE is heavily distorted. But if a business earns, say, $1 million and the owner makes $200,000, now the distortion is much smaller. That's why SDE can be very misleading in smaller deals and somewhat more reasonable in larger ones, which again is ironic. It's not intuitive. But even then, you still have to be careful because the core issue never goes away. Someone still has to run the business, and that cost must be considered. So here's what buyers should focus on, and sellers. What is the profit after paying market compensation, including for the current owner? What is the return on the money that I'm going to make if you're the buyer? And does that return match the risk? If you skip that step, you're not evaluating a business, you're evaluating a paycheck. Now, for sellers, this matters too. Because as I've mentioned before, buyers are becoming more savvy. They're reading, they're learning from their bankers, from other folks. If your price is based only on SDE, it may not hold up in due diligence, and it may not hold up under renegotiation, or after all renegotiation and due diligence, the deal may fall apart. The strongest deals are based on real transferable earnings, not inflated or underinflated cash flows that are inaccurate after the sale. So here's the bottom line. SDE is not more reliable for small businesses. It's often less reliable. And the smaller the business, or the smaller the cash flow, you could say, the more careful you need to be. If you found this video helpful, follow the BizVal Guy channel. And also give us a thumbs up. Those thumbs up help me to know whether you like the video. It also gives me an idea about what kind of content that the audience wants to see. And if you really want to, you can subscribe, and I'd love to hear from you. Again, it's Jim Turner, CPA, the BizVal Guy, saying until next time, have a great day. Thank you.